Good evening, everybody, and welcome to WCFL DolFans Talk. Hope everyone's having a good day. I'm going to start bringing in my co-host. There's Mr. Winters himself.
Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing today? What's going on, Paul?
Same old, same old. I just want to give a big shout out to everybody for their wearing their Dolphins gear yesterday, for Don Mason and Paris Love and everybody else that's been under the weather or getting certain procedures done. Paris himself, I left him this morning. He was doing better, not in as much pain. Even got up and did a little walking today. Went to Walmart even after his wife and I both said not to go yet. But We all know he's hard-headed.
Right.
Let's bring on Mr. O'Hanlon and Tom O'Gara themselves.
What's up, guys? How are you? Fins up.
What up? Fins up.
How's everyone doing this evening?
Can't complain.
Hanging there. It's been a long day.
Yeah, tell me about it. I left from down in Miami about 6:45 this morning. And, yeah, it's finally got home about 6 hours later. So, yeah. Able to get a good 3-hour nap in this afternoon. I say nap. As I told John earlier, it was more like good hours sleep, 3 hours sleep, not nap.
Right.
A lot to talk about. We're going to talk about our opinions on roster. We're going to talk about Cook some and a few other things. You got anything to say right now, Winters?
Well, right now, very happy that Brother Paris and Dawn Mason and Erica Pittman and everybody is doing well at this moment, but they still continue to need your prayers every day, ladies and gentlemen. And just anybody that's in need right now, just sit there and say a prayer for them, man. Keep them in thoughts, because everybody is going through something in life, some way, shape, or form. So, we are one, and we are one big family. I like to always give a shout out to all the different Dolphin fan clubs all across the globe, all nationwide. Definitely shout out to everybody, and shout out to everybody that's watching us right now. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for joining. Thanks for checking in.
Well, there's a lot to talk about. One thing I want to say, I found an article today, a little note that actually puts our Miami Dolphins in the top 5 for defense. I actually had them at number 4 for defense right now before training starts.
Well, on paper, absolutely.
Absolutely, on paper. Yeah.
But, our defense hasn't been ranked at in 2 decades, really.
Right.
So it's something nice to see. Christian Wilkins hoping to stay with the Dolphins, which I think a lot of us are working on. It's a little thing I seen earlier on one of the other shows I was seeing. When people look at stats for Wilkins and they say he doesn't have enough sacks, and this and that. Well, the type of man he is, he's quick and everything, but he's got a lot of pressures that give people like the sacks and stuff. He's got you got to look at his pressures and his hurries more than his sacks. So I think we'll keep Wilkins. I think it's just going to be either a last-minute deal this year or something that's going to happen beginning of the season. It'll happen before any trade deadlines and stuff like that. That's for sure. Your opinion, Tom?
Do you really want to hear my opinion?
I know, Tom. I know how you feel, but this is it. This is all about our opinions as fans.
I know. Look, I like him. I just can't see paying $20+ million for him at this point. You have to we have to see how it's going to go, because he's not a true nose tackle per se. He was, I guess, but I'm breaking up.
No, I don't know what happened there. It sounded like someone else came in from somewhere.
All right. So yeah, we only have one true nose tackle on the team, and that's Raekwon Davis. So I kind of want to see how Wilkins plays in this scheme because he's going to be playing outside more. I feel like they're just going to be rotating guys in and out, packages, different personnel based on what they're looking at. So maybe he does get like 5 or 7 sacks and makes me feel a little better, because the 1.5, 2 sacks a year ain't doing it for me. I like the 90-plus tackle from the interior. Yeah, it's great, but we didn't have the backers to fill those holes to stop the run. We were still getting chewed the fuck up by Dalvin Cook in the fourth quarter for 70. Like, you know what I mean? A long third down that we were giving up. The runs weren't helping. You know what I mean? No pressure, couldn't stop the run. You're letting guys, injured Howard get beat over top.
Okay, another thing we're going to talk about in a little bit is the Dolphins. There was a projection for the Dolphins, 53-man roster projection before training camp. And there is at least one in there that I have they say he's going to be cut. I have my doubts on, but we'll have to wait and see. Just like John and I always say, you can predict all you want right now. We're not the coaches. We're not any of those guys, and it's a wait and see game. John, are you going to be down for any of the training camps or?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to Canton for that Thursday to Sunday. The training camp, no. One year I'll get down to training camp.
I'm going to the whole first week every day. There's 6 of them that first week it's open, and I'll be at every one of them.
That should be awesome.
I'm staying with Paris at that point in time, and he's either going to be with me or he'll be left home. It all depends on how he feels too,
He'll be with you.
He'll be there.
I know he will. He's already excited about it. He told me today. I said, because he walked around Walmart some, but rode in a cart even after his wife. And I told him, just give it a day or two. He goes, I got to be ready. He goes, I can't. I got to be ready for a training camp. I'm going to be there opening day and stuff. I said, I know you will. I said, but we have the wheelchair if we need it and stuff. No problem. But like his wife says, he's hard-headed, and we all know that. All us men are hard-headed. We always say, yes, dear, and then go do what we want to do. Dalvin Cook, what do y'all think? I want to start off with you, Winners.
I'm going to stick to my guns and keep saying what I'm saying. I mean, he would be a great addition. He would be a great addition to our team, but I still feel that we're going to be good at our running back class. I think we're going to be fine. I really do. He'll
be fine, but do you think we're going to actually get him, or is he going to end up going to one of our opponents on the AFC East?
If we don't get him by week 2 of training camp, I say no.
Yeah, I can agree with that 100%. John?
I don't think we're getting them.
No.
I just think they're too far apart.
Yeah.
I think he's using us for leverage to get more. I mean, he's got the $7 million from the Vikings. They didn't want to give him $9 million. They cut him because they didn't want to give him $9 million. Well, because the whole deal was like $30 million, but still. I honestly don't see him signing with us unless he just takes less money. We could use that $12 million to roll over in case of anything that happens, plus being 33 or whatever million in the hole next year without it going up. That $12 million come in handy. A dark horse team, though, that I could see getting him, which might be okay for him, would be I would watch the Alvin Kamara situation. When he beat the dude up in Vegas, like they just had him plead to like misdemeanor disorderly conduct or something like that. The league already, did they suspend him last year for when it happened? Like he might get 4 games. I could see maybe the Saints making a play at Dalvin late. I could see maybe the Giants making a late push for Dalvin, because who knows if Saquon's even going to suit up. You said week one's in doubt at this point. They're $5 to $7 million apart per year.
Okay,
if you're gonna swing somebody, shit, give me Saquon over Dalvin at this point. They both have injury issues, but one's a year or 2 younger.
If he does not go back to the Vikings, I don't see him going to any of our opposing teams in the AFC East, because even if they match what we match, even if they offer him $7 million, and we offer him $7 million, He's going to come to us because of the no taxes, no state taxes, and that's going to save him 15-20% right there.
My other concern with him coming is he needs 12 to 17 carries, 20 touches a game. I mean, can you really get everyone the ball with what we have on offense?
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. Now, a big question I have on this, because, and this is not just football. This question is out for all professional sports. Do these professional players get paid too much?
That's one of those weird subjects, because we're going there to see the team play, and we're wearing their jerseys, and we're, yes, it says Dolphins on it, but you have a particular number and name on it. You have a favorite player, a jersey or a shirt you like to wear. They're using their name to make money, and yes, the average lifespan is only 4.5 years of an NFL player. It's, do some of them get paid too much? Absolutely. Do some of them get paid not enough? Absolutely. You got rookie contracts where guys can put up huge numbers, and then all of a sudden, year 4, year 5, they get hurt. They're gone. Team doesn't care. They just replace them with somebody else.
Right.
Well, I agree with you on that. It's I want to hear others before I speak. Tom?
Go ahead. I think that they do make a lot of money, but I also think that the people upstairs make astronomically more money, so it makes it more justifiable to be like, all right, well, this guy's putting his life on the line every day, getting his ass handed to him, could be injured and be done in the blink of an eye, while the guy upstairs is counting billions no matter what.
Well, no, you gotta understand, I'm not just talking about football. I'm talking about baseball, basketball, soccer, all these teams.
Well, let me throw it back to you then this. What's the first $1 billion contract? It's coming. It's not that far off. We're at 600 million already almost.
Well, let's think about this. Ohtani right now is going to probably be the first $500 million man in baseball. So right now, because he's a two-way player as well. So to me, Paul, I'll say no. And the reason why I'm going to say no is this. You got to think about the majority of these athletes trained since they were kids, all the way up until now. They sacrifice time that they'll never get. See, we live normal lives. I know how it is as just in high school, just being in high school, wrestling. The times that you can't eat, the times you can't sit there and do this, the times you can't be out with your friends, the times you got to sacrifice weight, you got to shed weight, you got to be at wrestling practice, you got to work out. I understand that just from a high school point of view. And those people take that time out to get to be the best at their craft or at their position. So when we're celebrating and doing things that normal people do, they're in the gym working out, or they're working out when they're working on their craft to be the best that they can be. And getting that bag is a part of it. So I can't be mad at them if they want to get the bag and they get the bag. Listen, they get the bag. Now, do we as fans think that some of these people deserve to get the bag? No, but they work their asses off to get where they're at. So I say yes. I say no. They don't. I don't think they get overpaid. No, I don't think they are, because like Tom said, it was perfect. Those billionaires are making a shitload of money off of them. Pay them. Pay them.
Yeah, when you go to a stadium and it's $50 to park, and it's $12 for a hot dog and $12 for a soda, and the owners, yeah, I get they got to pay the players, but they're raking in how many hundreds of billions, if not $1 billion a year, and the cap. Tom? What's the salary cap at now for the team? 265 or something.
Something like that. It's only going to go up too. I would say another 20 million.
265 million. If they rake in $1 billion, they're spending just over a quarter of it on the players.
I understand all that, but at the same time, in my opinion, if the players were making less, prices of things would be less.
Would it?
Not necessarily.
You really think that a billionaire is going to sacrifice $1 for you?
If you went, they've gone up because everything else has gone up. As typical, yes.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if they didn't have to dish out so much to the players, they don't have to charge as much, and they would sell out these stadiums more and stuff. I just think and I agree in John's opinion, some of them are getting paid way too much. Yes.
Well, see, I've always said every contract in every sport should be incentive.
Winners. Sorry, John. Go ahead.
Every contract in every sport should be incentive laden. If you hit so many home runs, or you win a championship, or you get so many sacks, or you score so many goals, hockey, soccer, you make more money. If you get so many assists, if you're rated, the top defenseman in the league in hockey, you make more money. Everything should be incentive. So it gives them that drive to keep trying to, they're playing their sport they love, but the better at it they are, the more money they make.
I agree with you 1,000% on that. 1,000%. I truly think if it was incentive driven, you wouldn't have the problem with these players not playing as hard as they could during a season because they didn't like the team or something. Because that way, they don't play as hard as they could. They're not going to make the money they could have. It should be incentive driven.
There should be a base salary, but it should be across the board. Like it drives me nuts that quarterbacks make so much more money than everybody else on the team. Well, if you're a quarterback on a so-so team with just decent receivers and you get a lot of drops, that reflects in your numbers. So it should be like a base salary. Every quarterback gets, or every player on a team gets, that's past their rookie contract gets, say, $5 million a year, and everything else is incentive. If you get so many catches, so many rushing yards, but if you drop a ball that was catchable, not one that was not catchable, that comes off. There should be a check and balances for it. You fumble the ball as a running back, that costs you.
But then that's when you got to bring in. But then that's when you got to bring in the weather conditions and all that, and then that's a whole can of worms you really don't want to open up.
That's why they'll never do it. It's just not possible.
Right.
Yeah.
But I do think it happens. We just don't know enough about it, because the way that they're working these deals to fit the cap, and the way that they're wording stats and different things for years, like the contract that Jalen Hurts just got, it looks like astronomical, but when you break it down, the way that they wrote it is not bad at all. He's getting like 30 million or like 25 for the first like 3 or 4 years. He's going to have like 1 year they kick the can down the road where he's getting like 50, but it's manageable for years, and they can even restructure again to help save cap again. It just depends how guys want to do it. Well, here's another question. So baseball is fully guaranteed. There's only been a few fully guaranteed contracts in football. I think 2 of them were given to Kirk Cousins.
Correct.
What do you think? 162 games versus 16. Should football be fully guaranteed?
Oh, yeah. All sports should be.
I mean, you can say that about basketball, too, I guess, then. Basketball money is going crazy, too.
If these guys come out there and play and taking a chance at injuring themselves, all contracts in every sport should be fully guaranteed.
Well, the reason why
some sort of caveat protection, but you still should pay them something.
I think the reason why the NBA is so well, because the NBA and their union and that TV deal is like this. So they all know what it is. Everybody's getting a piece of the pie. If I'm correct, their TV, I think they're up for another TV deal within the next 2 years. Because I think this deal is about to run out. They had like a $2 or $4 billion deal, which was spread all across. The owners got a piece of it. The players got a piece of it. So everybody got a piece of the pie. So if they do it again, the contracts, you think these contracts are astronomical, they're going to be even more astronomical when they get the other TV deal. You got to think, Van Vliet just signed for $100 million. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
God only knows what Dame Dollar is going to get when he gets traded to whoever, because they're going to have to reconstruct his contract.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
See, the one thing I like about the NBA is they have the max deal for a veteran player that stays on the team. The NFL should adopt that. Right. If you're going to stay with your team, you should get a max deal, and it doesn't hit the cap as hard as if you're just getting a new contract.
Right.
Like a Christian Wilkins, for example. If he's been on the team, if he could get a max deal, say 4 years, $15 million, and that's as much as he can make, he'd sign it tomorrow.
Right.
Absolutely.
But the NFL needs to look at what the NBA is doing with those max deals to keep the salary cap under control, but also to keep guys where they want to be.
But I feel like the NFL could learn from a lot of these other leagues that have like baseball and basketball and everything else that has like specific networks for these deals. Not only is it NBA.TV or MLB.TV, it's Fox Sports Kansas City or LA Entertainment or whatever the case may be. The NFL could do this. Like Miami can have one that's like South Florida radio, whatever. They get money from that. I mean, Stephen Ross, as much as people hate Stephen Ross, he spends bread on the team and he knows exactly what he's doing, how to get return on investment. The tennis courts, the F1, like just bringing other things to the table that stadium, that $1 billion stadium, can be used year long now.
Well, the tennis courts came from the Williams sisters because they're co-owners also. So that's where the tennis courts came from. Yeah. That's what that came from.
Well, and they have the Miami Open there now too.
Absolutely, that's their tournament. That's theirs. The Williams sisters host the Miami Open.
And then what? 2 of the last 3 years is college football playoff championship or like whatever, one of the rounds.
Right.
He knows what he's doing. Like big fights, Mayweather, whatever. Paul.
Shit, he just had the F1 there just a couple months ago. So trust me,
he knows what he's doing.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, he's making money and he's very smart about it by adding all this stuff to be able to make more money. Which, you have a stadium, you can't use it. Football's only 17 games and then playoffs.
And if I'm correct, isn't that the home of y'all soccer team as well? The Hard Rock.
Something for them, aren't they?
I don't know. I don't keep track of soccer.
It might be, but I believe they're building a new soccer stadium.
Okay.
I think they use a place down near the baseball stadium right now. There's like an open arena that they use. I believe, but I think they are building one, especially bringing Messi in.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I want to give a quick shout out to our brother Ethan. He's not here tonight because he's up in enemy territory. He's up in Boston. He's rocking his Fins gear, as you see here, but he's up in enemy territory. So I have to give a shout out to him. He's our brother. He's been at every show we've done so far, except for tonight, which, hey, he's great. He's as winners will tell you, he's starting to get involved a little bit more.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited, bro. I'm excited that Tom sat there and put that offer out to our brother, man, and Maria as well. And I'm excited that he's going to be able to experience his first game, man. So I'm excited for him. I really am.
Yeah.
I'm booked. As soon as he gets back, you just got to let me know what days he wants to go, and I'll book it for him.
Yeah, Tom's coming up to my house. We're leaving out of Newark.
Nice. Very nice.
Y'all, what do y'all think about Brandon Jones this year? Is he going to work his way back?
Yeah, I think.
I think so.
Oh shit! Not only Brandon Jones, but
Nick Needham too.
Yeah,
and Trill.
You got Brandon Jones and Trill Williams also. That's another name.
Yeah. Nick Needham. I know. I'm just catching the article, but I want to hit on this. I want to hit on this little article. 53-man roster projection.
Okay.
And
how many receivers is on that?
Let's see. Their receivers.
7 or 8.
Now the receivers real quick. Hill, Waddle, Cedric Wilson, Chosen, Berrios, and EZ is what they have picked. 6.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you realize who their bets are?
Who they're cutting?
Yeah. Craig Kraft.
Yep.
Craig Kraft. Yeah.
Craig Kraft, Braylon Sanders, Freddie Swan, Chris Coleman, and Dawood Davis.
Yeah, well, Craig Kraft's the only one there that he'll end up on the practice squad if they can keep him.
I don't know if they'll keep him, though. I don't know if they'll be able to keep him.
They may not.
They might not.
Right.
Yeah,
6 though.
That was a little shocker there to me, in a sense, because I really think they're gonna might up trading Cedric.
Yeah, they can find somebody. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trade him for a draft pick or trade him for somebody else? That's the question.
You're going to lose money either way. So
right.
Whatever makes it easier. If you want to give us a fifth,
running backs,
we'll give you $3 million.
They're having 5 running backs.
Right.
Okay.
Who do you think's going to be cut?
Well, who is there besides the 5? You got Mostert, Wilson, Gaskins, Ahmed, and a chain.
Right. So Gaskin or Ahmed.
They're cutting Gaskins on this projection.
Well, that's talking heads. I mean, these are people. Yeah, they might be close to the organization, but they're not sitting in the meetings.
No, I agree with you. As we said before, we can project anything we want.
Right.
And then Chris Brooks, whoever that is, I don't know him. You might, Tom.
How many fullbacks are keeping?
Just a probably Ingold.
I don't know.
Just
They
Ingold.
love the other kid. They love Lovett or whatever his name. They love that kid because he could play in multiple spots. He plays like a wing back. That's why I was curious if they were keeping him or not. They might get him on practice squad again.
I haven't seen that name really.
John Lovett.
Tight end, Smythe, Eric Sobert, Tanner Connor, and Elijah Higgins. Cutting Croft and Julian Hill.
I'd be surprised if they keep 4 tight ends.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking right now.
Yeah, I mean, I would too. Because
I think Croft would be all right.
You look at our receiving team, our running backs, and with McDaniel's offensive scheme, he don't really need an A-plus tight end or anything. He just needs a couple good blocking tight ends, which we know we got a couple. Not great, but good. Offensive line.
Give me a couple extra seconds. That's all that matters for him. Give a couple extra seconds. Let that play develop. Let these guys get downfield. Let it open a little plop, slop, dumpers.
Oh, yeah, and putting Berrios as a slot receiver or something, yeah. Yeah, with Waddle and Hill going down, yeah. Offensive line, Armstead, Eichenberg, Williams, Hunt, Jackson, Wynn, Feeney, and Robert Jones. They are the cuts are Lamb, Bowie, Christian, Jerron Christian, Cedric O'Bowie is the one. Lester Cotton, Ryan Hayes, James Tunstall, and Alama Ulave.
They like that kid. That's a kid from Miami, right?
Alama?
Showed out during that camp, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. This, like we said, this is just one guy's opinions. Paper pusher, whatever. Defensive line, Wilkins, Siegler, Ogball, Raekwon Davis, and Joshua Bronson. Cuts, Jalen Twyman, Randy Charlton, Brandon Peely, and Anthony Matalvo.
Okay.
Linebacker, Jalen Phillips, Bradley Chubb, Andrew Van Ginkel, Malik Reed, Jerome Baker, David Long Jr., Channing Tindall, and Duke Riley. Who are they cutting? Cameron Good, Garrett Nelson, Aubrey Miller, Mitchell Abude, and Zeke Vanderberg.
Miller makes a team.
Cornerback, of course, Ramsey, Howard, Kodu, Cam Smith, Trill Williams, Keon Crossan, Justin Bethel. Cuts.
Burnt toast.
Your favorite player winners, Igambagani.
That's your favorite player, man. Come on now. You would never cut him. You know you never.
That ain't none of our favorite players.
You know what's crazy?
Shake Money.
Where's Shake Money at?
That's Justin Jefferson right there.
Tino Ellis, Ethan Bonner, and Bryce Thompson. And the pup is Nick Needham.
Yeah, because he can't run yet.
Safety, Javon Holland, Brandon Jones, Deshaun Elliott, and Elijah Campbell. Cuts, Verone McKinley III, Bennett Williams, and Keydron Smith. Jason Sanders, Jake Bailey, and Blake Ferguson are specialists. Cut, Michael Turk, they're saying.
Yeah, it's Matt Turk's son. He's actually got a big leg.
Yeah, and like I said, this is off of Dolphins Wire. Mike Masala.
That's all right.
So it's just one person's thing.
Right.
He's not far off. He's not bad structure the way he did it. I like the numbers he has. Just some of the players I would flip around. But you never know. Guys are going to get hurt during camp. Shit might not work out with the system, the scheme fit. it's going to be interchanging. But I like where his head's at a lot, especially with the numbers.
Yeah. Well,
What's up, Pedro?
What's up, Pedro?
Oh, what's up, man? I'm just trying to catch up with what y'all talking about. So
You good?
the players and stuff. So
we've been talking about a couple different things, Pedro. So you're as usual. You're a day late and $1 short, but you got the mouth to catch up.
yeah, I was behind on my paper, man. I had to fill it out, man, real quick.
I wanted to say this before Pedro gets on. I know the Florida Marlins beat us 2 out of 3, whoop-dee, but don't worry, we'll be back. But we did beat the Tampa Bay Rays 3 games straight. We were the first team to sweep the Tampa Bay Rays this year, so I'll take that one.
Atlanta looks like they're gonna freaking dominate again this year. Golly, man, I can't beat them to save my.
Atlanta is going to fizzle out when it matters the most. That's all I'm gonna say.
They're loaded. They're so young. As long as they stay healthy, that team could be there at the end.
Listen.
Glad I'm beating the sorry teams again. Woohoo! Relevant.
The Yanks can't even do that right now.
What the hell is going on with you guys, man? What is going on?
Well, I mean, when you miss someone who has 62 homers and leads everything in the clubhouse, they kind of
injuries too.
Listen, man, I'm sorry, Tom. I'm sorry. I cannot feel bad for the highest salary in baseball. I cannot feel bad for you guys. I just can't. I cannot.
Like saying that Mahomes doesn't deserve the money because judges can't measure in dollars.
Listen, every position you guys are paying somebody $20 million plus.
Half the contracts aren't ours is the problem. We just got the money to pay it, so we're eating it. Josh Donaldson for 27.7. Go on a field somewhere and just lay down. You're done. Rizzo, why does he look so washed?
Pay for the good players.
Yeah, I just did. So, I think it's the last thing I'll say about it. It's a scapegoat for Dylan Lawson to get fired now. But if you watch, say, 10 plate appearances for the top 3 hitters that aren't hitting right now for the Yankees, watch their approach. They're swinging at the first and second pitches and then sitting on the 4th and 5th pitches, and they're getting struck out, or you're looking at strike 3. You're waiting for something that isn't coming. I'd rather you see the pitches in the beginning, understand the timing, the cue, what he's trying to do, and take those pitches later. Like he's like, oh, we don't need to hit the ball a lot. We just need to score runs. Well, you can't score runs if you don't hit, bruh.
Right.
Bye.
Who just fired their hitting coach? Was it the Yankees?
Yeah,
or the Mets?
Dylan Lawson, the Yankees.
Yeah.
And we brought in Sean Casey, who actually was tight. I love Sean Casey. I think he's the mayor, basically. He played for the Reds for a long time. He was tight with Boone forever. He was broadcasting.
It was the worst.
What happened?
It was the worst hitting average since the 60s for y'all, man.
Dude, it's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. It's very hard to watch. I watch every game, and I'm just like, this is freaking pitiful.
Okay, a little bit more here. Let's I want to talk about our quarterbacks. At this point in time, who is our backup?
Scholar.
Mike White.
Scholar.
On paper, Mike White,
No.
right?
In our opinions, at this point in time, who is our backup quarterback?
Scholar.
It depends on how you look at it. They paid White to come in and be the backup.
I hear you, but
he's only guaranteed what, like 1.4, Tom?
Bro, pre-training camp, I'll say Skyler. But if I see Mike White balling out there, I mean, it's kind of like
I'll be sending pictures and everything from pre-training camp and giving my opinions. The first week of pre-training camp, Pedro, I'm there every day.
Thank you, man. That's awesome, man. Especially on the pass plays and when Etienne runs the ball, there's a lot. I know you can't record everything, man. And you know what I mean?
I'm not going to do any recording because I'm going to respect your situation and all. But I am going to bring my 35 millimeter and get some action shots.
Cool.
I would like to see Skyler be the backup, but we'll wait and see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, like everything, John, we say it's a wait and see. But I truly believe, and I said this from the beginning, when I looked at Mike White's stats and this and that, and his years in the NFL already, I believe they actually, they're paying him quite a bit, but I believe they actually brought him in to push Skylar Thompson into being the quarterback he can be. And I think he's going to make backup quarterback this year. And I believe that in a reason, as Dudley Durong was talking earlier. I agree with Dudley. I would not have offered Tua the fifth-year option because of history. One, he has not gone a whole season without being injured. And if he's got that fifth-year option now, he gets injured this year, you got him for a fifth year that you might not want him for. I don't, it's a lot of ifs, ands, or buts. But if you didn't pick up that fifth-year option, you'd have to pay him a lot more if he balls out this year. There is pros and cons to it. And I'm hoping
somebody only
he
threw
stays
like
healthy.
12 touchdowns, just got $40 million, $43 million a year. You had 10 touchdowns passing this year. Daniel Jones. They declined and jacked that all up.
It's ridiculous.
For $23 million?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I hope he does what everyone wants him to do, and that's stay healthy. If he misses 1.5 to 2 games, maybe 2.5 at the most, I think he's still a lock. Because it's going 17 games. It's very hard to go 17 games without some sort of injury putting you out for at least a half a game, if not a game and a half or something.
So we talking about Tua. You feel that you shouldn't have picked up the fifth-year option on Tua? That's what you're saying?
That was my opinion.
Okay.
Because of, but like I said you can see it both ways.
Right.
My opinion, I agreed with Dudley Durong that we shouldn't have picked it up because if he gets injured, he's out this year. We're stuck with that fifth-year option.
Okay.
But if he balls out and we didn't pick it up, we're going to have to pay him that much more on the extension and all. So it's a two-way street. I understand.
Right.
And like I said, I'm hoping he stays healthy and balls out. He balled out last year when he was healthy.
See,
but the whole thing was just coming down to Skyler being the backup, and I think they wanted to push Skyler to be backup in case something does really happen. They wanted Mike Thompson in here to push Skyler to become what they see him becoming in case they have to replace Tua permanently. That is my opinion. Anybody else on the quarterbacks?
Tua versus Herbert right off the bat, baby. Because
week 1, brother, LA.
Everybody's putting Herbert on this pedestal, and if Tua beats him, it just helps his case even more with this Tua versus Herbert. So
yeah,
show it, Tua. They're 1-1, right, John? They played twice.
Yeah,
1-1.
1-1. Boy, that tiebreaker, boy. Oh man.
Go ahead.
My uncle, Tom. I don't want him to call my uncle. Don't call me if we lose, man. We got to win. So I want to call him.
Right.
Go ahead.
Right.
You're good. I was just saying the same thing. That 1-1, it's a rubber match. You're fine.
Yeah. No, I agree that the first game is going to be a make or break for him in a lot of ways.
No,
I would say I wouldn't do that. Don't put that pressure on him like that.
I'm not saying make or break, but he's got to win the games he hasn't been winning, which people say are the tougher games.
It's a measuring stick. Can we still produce in the pass? Can we still run the ball in that game? Can we? Or is our defense improved? It's going to show us a little bit,
I'm still sticking with my original thing of 24-17. No team in the NFL over the first 4 weeks will score more than 17 points against the Miami Dolphins.
That's a bold prediction. I love it, Paul. Heck yeah.
Hey, it's be bold or go home.
Nice.
That's a Fangio defense there, boy. That's a big Fangio defense there.
You missed it earlier. You missed it earlier. There's an article in one of today's newsletters I got that has our defense locked in at number 4 for the top defense? Pedro.
Top 5?
Number 4.
Was like predicting the season?
Yeah.
They predicting before training camp and all right now that our defense is number 4 in the NFL.
I thought I read an interview where Vic was like, we still like depth, I mean, we ain't got it all there, but
Vic talking. This is a
new one, a new story that put us in the top 4.
Yeah.
Man. I mean, it's gonna be up and down during the season. I mean, we're gonna be, we could be 20th at one point, then it'll shoot up to like 10th, and then it might go into the top 5. But by the end of the season,
no, I don't think we'll ever be out of the top 15. Never.
I mean, I think we'll be a top 10 team for sure at the end of the season, because that's what you need to go far in the playoffs. Top 10 offense, top 10 defense, and we know.
I agree with you, but if we stay healthy, which it's all ifs, ands, or buts.
It's hard to stay healthy.
If we stay healthy, our defense will be top 10 and never less.
Right. Like this, we just can't get hurt like we got last year. Hurt.
I need Ogba to stay healthy. I need Ogba back.
I agree with you, Tom. I mean, we had injured players the first game of the opening season. There was 18 players that were injured in one way or another, not out, but injured in one way or another.
Those lists every week on Sunday, you see the list of inactives and injuries. It'd be a CVS receipt down to the floor. They had to add areas on the TV screen. Usually it's a little blip. They know the big blip because the Dolphins have the entire roster in the ER.
That's going to be a big thing for us this year because of all the injuries we had last year.
I love the media hype. Shoot, I'm enjoy everything that the media gives us, the Dolphins, in a positive way. Shoot, I'll take it because they talking about us. So,
Pedro, you notice Ethan's not here today, right, Pedro?
Hmm?
You notice Ethan's not here tonight, Pedro, didn't you?
Yeah. Yep. He's not here.
You know where he's at?
Nope.
He's up in enemy territory. He's in Boston.
Boston. Look at that.
You see that?
Yeah.
He's representing.
Heck yeah. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Everybody's enjoying the summer, man. I hope they are, man, because I'm enjoying it for sure,
Well, I want to reiterate let's see. I want to reiterate that on Monday night, we have O.J. McDuffie coming in. Monday night, we have O.J. McDuffie. Winters and I will be interviewing him for a bit, and then I'm going to bring you guys in a little bit later to talk, see if y'all have any questions that we didn't bring up. But our man, Mr. Hall of Fame O.J. McDuffie, will be there Monday night.
Yeah, amigo, let's go. Yeah, I'm excited.
So I can't wait for Monday night. I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
Winters is.
Me too.
Winters has been drooling about it. Let me tell you.
Yeah,
he's one of the most humble and kind people out there.
It's a humbling experience, man. Nobody could have told me we were going to start a podcast, and 4 months later we would be interviewing O.J. McDuffie. Come on.
I'm not gonna brag, but I text him like once a month just to see how he's doing. He's a cool guy. Very cool.
I told John earlier I do have a message out to you all know who Blake Ferguson is, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I've chatted with his dad a couple of times just through Instagram and stuff. I have a message to his dad to see if Blake can come on at all. He might not be able to because of restrictions or whatever. But if he can't, I asked his dad to come on. So we're going to see if that'll happen at all.
That'd be cool.
You
should probably try to talk to Zach. I know that Javon's been hopping on a lot of podcasts lately. Might be able to get him into the scene.
Yeah, I've seen Javon. I put that one where he was cooking with the one guy out there. Right? Yeah, Bethel. He was learning how to make a cheesecake. That's deadly. That's deadly sin right there, making a cheesecake. We have the raffle going on right now. And if he's watching, he'll know what it's going to. The raffle is OJ McDuffie's jerseys, 2 of them. The white one from Tom, guaranteed a pass, and an orange one from me. It has a COA. The orange one goes to the last place of the last roll. The white one goes to the first place of the last roll. And the money we raise from that is all going to go to OJ McDuffie's charity.
Catch 81 Foundation.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's a good man. It's probably not going to be much. The tickets are only $1 a piece. You can buy as many as you want. You want 100 tickets, buy 100 tickets. But you can buy, get with me, I'll repost it again on my own page in case you guys aren't on Facebook in our WCFL group, but I would love it if y'all are in our group. It would mean a lot. It's part of our WCFL Helping Hands corporation, in which we're raising money for different charities as well as, helping the needy. I have a GoFundMe page. If you could if everybody would just donate $1, it would be greatly appreciated, because the GoFundMe page is more for disasters. That money's going towards disasters. If you need help with something because of some sort of situation you're in, reach out to us. We might be able to help you. We're a new charity-based organization. We're working on getting funds up and everything. We're doing everything we can. We're working on getting our 501c3. We have our business license in the state of Florida as a nonprofit. So just help us, and we can help you in the future. You never know when a disaster might hit your area. We're not looking at just doing the state of Florida. We're looking at doing anywhere there's a disaster. Once we get things rolling and I get an enclosed trailer of some sort to put, grills in and other stuff, if I have to, I'll roll to Alaska for a disaster to cook for people, with it. That's what I want to do. I just want to be able to help everybody. But we will be raising money for DCC and polycystic kidney research. Another thing I want to bring up is on Fan Club Weekend, October 14th, that Saturday morning, there's a walk for PKD, which is polycystic kidney disease. I have a club, WCFL Helping Hands Incorporated Club, or a team, I should say, for that. I'll put the link out there. I'll start adding it to the shows because I'm still learning how to do some of this. I keep forgetting to do some of it. So join the team. $20, $25 is all it takes to get on the team. Come walk with me. It's only a 2-mile walk. It's 9:00 in the morning at a park there in Hollywood, Florida. That Saturday morning. It's not going to interfere with any of the fan club weekend stuff. So I would love to see a good turnout for that. Now on to more Miami Dolphins stuff.
Oh, before you go. So
yes.
I have those patches. The patches should be in this week. We have 20 of each. Say we each take one. We'll have 15 of each for the patches. So I have 2 things to say actually. Then I got this for you to put up for whatever. Just a little custom Helping Hands Dolphins baseball jersey.
Nice.
I have another, so we can raffle that off as well.
Well, you know what? Maybe
the patches, we could do that. And then sidebar, since his name hasn't been mentioned yet, prayers for Gary, the mayor.
Yes.
On his recovery too. So I ordered Gary a jersey with Mark Angelo. Ended up coming too big. So the idea I had was that now, especially that I'm going to week 1, but before week 1 happens, I'll mail this out. We're all going to sign this for Gary. And I'm going to bring it with me to LA, and we're going to get everybody we can on the jersey for him and then send it to him as a boost for him, as well as I reordered a jersey for him that he could wear. So it's just a Dolphins crucial catch. All the colors represent different cancers and whatnot. It's big enough. We could all sign it, send it around the country. I'll bring it to LA with me, and then I'll give it to Gary here in Jersey. John, if you want to come with me, we can do it together.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's wonderful. I'm sorry I haven't mentioned Gary sooner. I just, with everything going on, my memory ain't what it used to be, and not hearing about him or seeing him in anything, you forget sometimes.
Well, there's so many people right now. You got Lisa just went through surgery for her cancer, same day as Paris and Dawn.
Yeah.
There's just so many people out there that, because we're such a huge fan base and such a big family, there's a lot of people going through a lot of things right now.
Yes, there is. And I appreciate you guys remembering, picking up my slack, doing what you guys do. I appreciate y'all just being here and supporting me with my goals and stuff of what we're doing. And it couldn't be done without you guys. It really couldn't. None of you. It couldn't be done without the people watching, the people that donate. I have a list of people that have donated $100 or more, accumulative. I know, John, either you're right at it or something. I'm not telling you to donate. I don't care. I just like to appreciate the people that reach a certain goal and go higher and stuff. Tom's really has reached that goal with the jerseys he's done. I have to put his name on it, and the patches and things like that. I do have a charity I'm going to start at the beginning of August, and it's going to go for the month, and it's going to be a winner's choice. I have 3 different framed jerseys to go out for winner's choice. Bob Greasy, Tyreek Hill, and Ricky Williams.
That's awesome.
And it's going to be $5 a piece, 6 for $25. If I get over 200 tickets sold, I will give the second place a choice of the remaining 2. That's why I'm going the month long also, so everybody can see it. It will start August 1st. It will start on August 1st. Winner's choice of the 3 jerseys. Framed, and I'm not asking you to pay for shipping. The shipping will be included with that.
Be careful with that, Paul. They're expensive to ship in those frames.
I know how much they are. I've shipped several of them.
Just a caveat on where, dude. There's based on location. Because if you get Cali, it'd be cray-cray.
It's going to be in the lower 48 states. Anything else outside of the lower 48 states, I will cover the first $75 because I know how much it costs. I've shipped several of them, and they will have insurance on them because I can tell you the reason why. And the insurance, I'll ship it UPS. I shipped one to Lee Jodry up in Ohio. He got it, and the plexiglass was cracked and broke. They literally, you could tell they dropped something on that corner of it. The frame was good. He just had to take it in and get a new plexiglass. He filed his claim, which the insurance I had covered up to $500. He filed his claim, and the next day in his bank account from UPS was $570.
That's a success story for them.
Yeah.
They're brutal.
That's so it's, I will always ship the stuff like that with UPS with insurance.
UPS, okay.
Yes, UPS.
Then I take back what I said. If it was USPS.
No, UPS.
Be careful, my wife works for them.
Sorry.
Too.
She makes good money. She's been there a long time.
That's all that matters.
I know people that work for them. Trust me, I know. Raphael Courtright.
Raphael, nice. Glad you're here, Raphael. Make sure y'all hit subscribe and like us on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, please.
Pedro, what we got on this list? We have any trivia today?
What else we got to talk about, Pedro? Let's go to Pedro.
Pedro.
Bring out your list, Pedro.
Oh, y'all want some Dolphins news?
Let's
We get
go.
some trivia too. Some trivia.
Oh, let's go. Let's go. Zach Thomas, everybody knows he's going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yay.
But some people don't know he's going to be the first one up. First one up. First one. And I don't know. I don't know if it's I don't know. I don't like that it's timed and Dan Marino got all that time in the world. Don Shula had all that time in the world. What, they going to give him 5 minutes?
12.
It better be 10 minutes. It better be something good,
It's 12 minutes.
Yeah, 12 minutes, boy. He got a lot to fit in 12 minutes.
I like Big Jimmy though.
Zach Thomas had 20.5 sacks, 17 interceptions for 170 yards and 4 touchdowns. He played 184 games, and he started 168, which is most in Finn's defensive history, I guess, by a defensive player. The cap is fine. I was worried about it, and then this article come out, and I tagged most of y'all on there and went through it, and man, we're good. Like Greer, man, and the way it's laid out. For example, in 2024, there's only Wilkins, Davis, Sealer, Van Ginkel, and Robert Hunt, right? Mm-hmm. And in 2025, there's only Tua. And 2026, I think Holland comes up and Eichenberg, and then 2027, Waddle and Phillips should both be on their fifth-year options, But during that time frame, the Dolphins don't have any big free agents to re-sign by big contracts. And in 2025, Tyreek will come off the books if his retirement plan goes to plan, Right. So
one quick note here, Pedro. I want
to sure, go ahead.
Because we talked about Zach Thomas in the Hall of Fame. Did you all see who the seniors are that are on the list for Hall of Fame right now?
Yep, for next year.
Yes. You have Clayton.
Nice.
And my number 67, Big Bob.
Kuchenberg.
Right.
So the next guy that the entire fan base needs to get behind and make the push is for Richard Webb.
Yes.
My man.
It was funny you bring that up because there was a 5 players, the top 5 players that are not in the Hall of Fame that should be. Kuchenberg and Clayton were 1 and 2. Richmond Webb was listed there as number 5. I forget who the other 2 were right offhand. But
it's got to be Duper. And
just Dolphins? You talking all over?
No, just Dolphins.
Probably Dick Anderson.
Yes, Dick Anderson was one of them.
He was a stud.
What's up, Shake Money?
What up, Shake?
Take a picture with Richmond Webb.
Drop the link for Shake, Paul.
It took Zach Thomas 10 years to be inducted. 10 years he had to wait.
And for the last 5, there's been people that have been getting in, or even longer than that, have been saying.
You got to wait 5 just to be eligible, right? After retirement, right? You got to wait 5 minimum.
Yeah.
And then he waited another 10 on top of that. So Zach Thomas been retired for 15 years, I'd say then, something like that. A long time, boy.
Did you hear the story that came out about Zach? How he visited the Patriots and he was really debating signing with them. And he took the night to sleep on it. He woke up and he said, "No, I can't fucking do that.
Yep.
Fucking do that. I can't do that to these fans. I can't do that." And that's when he ended up signing a 1-year deal with
the other
Dallas or whatever.
The other one I couldn't remember. I just found the article. The other one I couldn't remember was Jake Scott.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that makes sense too.
So, yeah, I definitely think Richmond Webb deserves to be there, and I'm hoping we can get him on a show one day.
He's such a nice guy too.
I know Shake. Thank you for showing up, Shake. I appreciate you, brother. TFTG, the Blender, and all the other shows you're in, you and Lewis. It's great. I put the link out there for you if you want to join in. Everybody who wants to join in, the link is on YouTube and the other places. So click on it, join in. I was gonna ask, I don't know, John, are you doing a meet and greet with Zach Thomas?
No, I'm not paying for that. If it's the one, there might be one that's included in the package that we did, but the signing thing is like $500 to go see him get something signed.
I know if you're up there and you actually get to see him or anything, you or Maria or anything, talk to him like at DCC or anything, I would love to be able to bring him on a show. I think that would be a highlight of mine because he is my all-time favorite. I mean, I'd just be sitting there and Winters would be doing all the talking because I'm just like, just glad he's here. You know, that's even though I did talk quite a bit at the DCC with him, and it was a great talk with him. How you doing, Shake Money? What's going on?
What's going on? Ben's up, baby.
Ben's up,
appreciate you having me. What's going on, everybody? Q Billy, Tom, John. What's up, Dolphin Winters, Papa Paul?
What's up, brother?
Hey, by the way, I already got that Friday off for the 4th.
Friday the 4th, Shake's going to be going to the training camp with me. What's up, Lewis?
Lewis, what's up, man? Fins up, family.
Yo, what's going on, fellas?
What's up, brother?
Oh,
good to have you on, brother.
Another beautiful day. Yeah. Appreciate you and Papa Paul always bringing me on, Winters. Salute to the panel.
Yeah, Shake's going to the training camp with me that Friday, the 4th.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
That's awesome. You guys are going to have fun. Pedro, what else you got? What's next?
Let Pedro go on with his paperwork he's got. Come on, Pedro. What else you got for us?
Oh, yeah, about the cap situation. Yeah, so here's the players that Miami needs to replace in the next few years and whose contracts become team-friendly. So Armstead has no guarantees after 2025, but in 2026, Miami can recover $14.3 million in cap space. Howard, the Finns can recover $14 million in 2026. 2027 is voidable. There's no guaranteed salary for Howard after the 2024 season. So it'd probably be, I think they can get rid of him after this season.
Yeah.
Well,
as a matter of fact, Dudley Durant was talking today about how if we cut Agba and Xavier Howard, that's $30 million.
Yeah.
Next year.
Yep.
Right back even again.
Yep.
The other two is Chubb. 2026, we can get $16.5 million. 2027 would recover $27 million. Ramsey in 2025 could see $16 million against a $5.3 million dead hit. But these are the four biggest salaries heading into the 2023 season. And Miami, of course, needs to re-sign several players as well as free agents. But the cap is hardly going to stand in the way of Miami in 2025 and 2026. I mean, in 2025, Miami has $99.2 million in cap space, and $165 million in 2026. So, there's in 2024, there's 56 players under contract, 34 players in 2025, and there's 11 players under contract in 2026. So it's true. If you consider 2024, like the example Sheikh did, you can release Agba next year and Cedric Wilson, and that's $20 million right there. I mean, we're 35. That I'm not even worried about that at all. But I was worried about the cap. But after that article, I feel a lot better about the cap space. Greer's doing a great job, bro. Get who we need to get and get us to the Super Bowl is all I got to say. You know, or a playoff win, or the Super Bowl. When we get there. When we go to the Super Bowl.
You
that better, Paul?
That's better. That's
there
better.
You go. Thank you.
It's not if.
When.
That's right. When.
Please.
Anything else, Pedro?
No time like the present.
No, sir. The cap space I'm cool with, and that's it. You know.
You didn't bring us any trivia tonight.
Ooh, trivia. Do I have any trivia tonight? I didn't get to that. I was kind of rushing to get on because I was a half an hour behind, but I'll make sure I get some trivia, man, for Tom next week, man. My bad.
We might forgive you. We'll have to think about that one.
I mean, that stat from Zach Thomas is kind of like it. I could have did like,
nice.
how many sacks did he have in his career or something like that, you know? or interceptions. You know, that was cool having 17 interceptions. You know,
you know how many tackles he had in his career?
Ooh, no.
Does anybody?
125 a year.
Oh, that's a good question.
And by the way,
1,700 and something, 1,751, 17 something.
No, it wasn't that high.
Yes, it was.
Was it?
Yes, it was 1,740.
1740.
Right.
It was either 1740 or 1720. I can't remember, but I have it on the shirt right there in my room. And yeah, because I have
120 tackles for at least 13 to 15 years, right?
Yeah.
By the way, what's Jason Taylor's highest sack number?
He's got 139 and a half, I think.
No, his highest in a season.
19 and a half.
Yeah, I thought it was 19.
19,
19 and a half.
Like that.
Yeah, it was the same year with Ricky.
Right?
When Ricky had 1,800 yards.
Yeah,
it was the same. It was the only time in NFL history where the rushing yard and the sack record were broken at the same time from the same team.
Didn't Jason Taylor win defensive player of the year that year?
Huh?
Yeah, they remember they carried him off the field.
Yeah.
It wasn't that the year he won defensive player of the year?
Yeah, I think
I'm not
so.
sure.
It was,
yeah, but I think that was the year that he won defensive player of the year.
that was 03 is when Ricky ran that. So
Hey, I do got a trivia question, man. I know that the last time we won 11 games was back in 2008. Can anybody tell me when we last won 12 games? What year it was?
84.
And I'm still not sure, but I know it's in the 90s. And I read it the other day, and I kind of forgot, but I know it's in the 90s. And my guess would be
With Jimmy Johnson.
It wasn't 93. That was a shamble. That was I think it was like
96.
Something like that.
Playoff team versus
96. We were 97 with Jimmy Johnson.
Like last time we won 12 games. That's a good one. You got your computer in front of you, Paul?
Yep, I could do it.
Anybody got a spare phone? That's a good quiz. I should have had the answer, but yeah, man, I know it's in the 90s, but it's been a long time since we won 12 games, and that's what's exciting about some of the predictions, because I've been stuck at 11-6 for like the past 5 seasons, and I've been so close with Flores that last year, 10 games, you know. But it's exciting to have a possibility at that with the team that we have, you know. But optimism has always led to a season of up and down roller coaster. 3 wins, 3 losses. 5 wins, 5 losses.
7 wins, 7 losses, 7 wins.
Let's hope it just.
You're not going to believe this.
1990.
It was back in 1985.
Damn.
No, 1990. 1990 they went 12 and 4.
12 wins.
We didn't win 12 games in the 90s, Paul?
1990. Yeah, 1990 we were 12 and 4. Then before that was
85.
Yeah. Okay,
it was early 90s.
Yes, 1990 was 12 and 4. I missed that one.
There it is. All right, you got it. You found it. So it was. That's
80,
how long it's been. Wow, 1990. I should have remembered that.
33 years.
Right when I was born.
There you go, 33. Should have remembered that.
Damn, I was 12. I was 13. Shit.
When was the game? I'll tell you when. 90.
Yeah, I was in middle school too.
Yeah, I just graduated middle school.
I was
I already had one son by then, so.
Oh shit.
How old are you, Lewis?
I'll be 42 this year.
All right, cool. So you seen Jason Taylor and Zach Thomas play their careers.
Absolutely.
You saw Marino's half his career?
Well,
Marino retired in
2009.
I'm 47, so I Marino's career.
I'll be honest. My dad coming from Cuba, landing, got off the boat and stepped foot on Miami. There was no doubt I was going to be a Dolphin fan. So listen, I got stories to sitting on my dad's lap at 3-4 years old watching.
3 Cubans here.
Yeah, exactly. So
you,
I didn't
Lewis and Paul.
understand the game. I didn't understand the game at that point, but I remember most of Marino's games.
Yeah, right, Shake.
It's like the All-Star game. You had Randy, Luis, and Adolis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey, Papa, real talk. If you go to Hialeah, I guarantee you people will be speaking Spanish to you.
Oh, for sure.
Hey, my aunt lives in Hialeah. I go down to Hialeah all the time.
Yeah.
It's the most stressful city in America, number one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
But hey,
absolutely.
the thing about Hialeah is, I don't know about now, but back then, you could always find somebody on an old Cuban papi selling chorizo for $5 for $1. Churros, yeah, that was good stuff.
They're usually selling oranges and limes down there now.
Yeah, my grandfather, we were at the funeral home right there in Hialeah when I had to go back, and the Cuban bakers across the street, and the traffic is crazy. You don't want to go around there in Hialeah through around traffic time. It takes an hour just to go a couple blocks, but the food is always good in Hialeah. But yeah, everybody speaks Spanish in Hialeah. They do,
I spend time with my aunt down there. She lives in what used to be my grandfather's house, and he was down there long before Miami Dolphins were even Dolphins.
Damn.
I saw Menace to Society before I moved to Tennessee in the theater right there in Hialeah, and I seen Can't Buy Me Love in the theater next to the mall in Hialeah back in whenever that came out, like 88. Can't Buy Me Love 87. That's how old I am. I remember that mall right there in Hialeah. I forgot the name of that mall.
I think it was.
Oh, go ahead, Papa. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I think it was back in 74 that I met Lynn Swan at the arcade room at the Contemporary Hotel in Disney World.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember you saying that in the blender. That was a pretty good nugget you dropped.
Yeah.
That's the greatest moment, man. Going on the monorail right through that hotel.
Got a question from Raphael here. Could any of us guys see the Dolphins using Ogba at nose tackle or defensive tackle this coming season due to depth at DE?
I mean, he's played there before. So he has experience.
Yeah, I mean, it depends if they're running a 3-4 or 4-3.
Right.
When I was in the blender, as I told Shake, I can't really tell you what a 3-4-4-3 is exactly. I just watch football. I love watching football. I wish we could play without pads, though. I like it when just flesh hitting flesh.
Well, you might go watching rugby then.
Well, think of it. The first number is the front line. Always.
Well,
3, 4, there's 3 up front and 4 in the back.
Rugby is nothing. If you ever seen Australian football,
I watched it.
It's
shit crazy.
Rugby.
That shit's crazy. I've seen it. Yeah, that shit's crazy.
There's actually an American guy out there that is playing. I seen a whole thing on him out there playing. And
can you find us a left tackle, right tackle?
For real.
He's like I think he was 6'7", and he's going up at these balls and putting a knee in the back, middle of the back of these guys and all. And then he's like, "Yeah, I did that," and stuff like that. I'm like, "Holy shit!"
I'm good. I'm not playing that. I'm good. I'm all right. I watch from the stands. I'm okay.
Okay, yeah. Lewis, I got a question for you. We asked earlier.
All right.
Our quarterback situation. Because I know we talk about this. You guys talk about this quite a bit at times. We know QB1. Who do you feel is going to be QB2? In your honest opinion.
For me, it's Skylar Thompson. I'm going to go Skylar. I think, we always talk about Tua second year in this offense, right? Well, Mike White, it's his first year. Skylar Thompson as well. This will be his second year in the offense. And by all reports coming out of, OTAs, minicamp, Skylar Thompson was the second best quarterback in camp. It wasn't even close. He was blowing Mike White out of the water. And I know a lot of the argument is, well, Mike White is making all this money and bro, he's only making, if you really think about it, break down the contract, he's at $2.5 million, $2.5 million.
Is it 2 or I thought it was like 1.4 guaranteed?
Well, I think it's like something like that. I think his base salary comes out to 2.5 if throughout the season, but guaranteed.
And see,
I just think for me it's Skylar Thompson.
Yeah, I do too. Several of us do. My whole thing was the first time I saw them there where they signed Mike was they brought him in to push Skylar Thompson. Mm-hmm. And and we talked about this earlier, as Dudley Durong said earlier, talking about how he didn't agree with the 5th-year option and stuff. I believe they're wanting to push Skylar Thompson in case, God forbid, anything does happen to Tua. They're trying to push Skylar Thompson and make him the quarterback that they see he can be if anything does happen to Tua.
Yeah, I listen. I absolutely agree. I think we've seen some good things from Skylar last year. I was sitting basically lower bowl for Minnesota, and what people don't realize is Skylar Thompson in basically 2 drives almost had 100 yards. And if you think about all the penalties that he had, I forget it was either the first or second drive. I think it was first down, complete a pass, holding, come back, 1st and 20, complete a pass, pick that up, holding, 1st and 30. Bro, we got into the end zone on that drive. So
yeah,
like the numbers that Teddy Bridgewater put up of over 300 yards in 3 quarters, I believe that Skylar Thompson, he's throwing for 350, 400 plus. Because Skylar Thompson was absolutely going to obliterate that Minnesota Viking defense. So
the worst pass defense in the league, though.
Well, again, listen, for me, I don't care who's on the field, right? Because if we're going to be honest, the Chargers had all nothing but 3rd and 4th string backup players, and Tua couldn't do nothing against them. See, it doesn't matter to me who you're playing against. The fact of the matter is Skylar Thompson was making the throws, whether it was tight windows in the middle of the field to Mike Gesicki, he was making those throws. Whether it was coming across when he hit Craycraft for the touchdown, he was making those throws. So I don't really take stock on who's onto the field. You just got to look at, some of the ball placement Skylar was having. And again, to be a 7th-round rookie and to get thrown into those situations that he got put in last year, I think Skylar, for the most part, handled himself very well. I don't think it's as bad as everybody makes it seem. Let's be honest. We went into Buffalo, Orchard Park in Buffalo, in the playoffs with a 7th-round rookie and was 3 points away from beating them in the playoffs.
I agree with you 1,000% on that, Lewis. And if you look at it this way, out of the quarterbacks we have, Skylar's the only one with playoff experience.
Oh, 1,000%. 1,000%.
He looked terrible versus the Jets that last week, though. He was a roller coaster for me. He looked like he got screwed in the first game he got put in with the Teddy game. He looked good in versus Minnesota enough. That last week versus the Jets was hard to watch. He looked lost compared to all of the gains that you're talking about, like the focus. Like, he's got the talent. He's got the poise. He's got the size. He's got the arm. He's got the drive for it. But he just, it looked like he took a step back. And then he comes into the Buffalo game, and it's like, okay, well, that's what we thought we were going to get. He's got a lot to go still.
Yeah, he does. And I agree with you on that, Tom. You got to look at the fact also, they didn't have him playing with the first team as much as Teddy. So he didn't know everybody as well as Teddy or Tua did.
True.
And, being his first year, I'm pleased to punch with him.
I mean, 5 picks later was Mr. Relevant, who led the Niners to the NFC Championship.
Yeah.
So, anything's possible. It's all about the situation.
Well, let me bring up, because I'm going to be, listen, again, I come up here every time. I told y'all got a subscriber in me. I'm going to come up and show y'all boys love every time y'all do this.
And we love you, Lois. We do. We appreciate your input.
Oh,
because,
absolutely.
As you know, this is a platform of fans. We are not. We just give our opinions, and we accept opinions. We can agree to disagree. We don't argue about anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, absolutely, and I appreciate that. But before I get out of here and kind of bow out for the night, go spend a little time with the missus, a question that, for the past week, this is, not even, we could say this week. It's kind of been brought up into the light. I would just love to hear your guys' thoughts on it, because I know we've been talking about it a lot on YouTube panels and in Twitter streets, right? This Dalvin Cook situation, for me, I keep hearing there's multiple offers, right? There's offers. From my understanding, the only official offer that's on the table is from the Miami Dolphins.
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. So, now, do I think the Jets have called his representation, have called Dalvin Cook to kind of gauge the interest of maybe if he wanted to come to the Jets? and I get it, but I want people to kind of understand, and this is just from me. I think there's a difference between having interest in somebody and having a contract for somebody, right? So for me, when I hear Dalvin Cook is, let's say, disrespected or felt disrespected with the Miami Dolphin offer, okay, I get all that. That's fine. Let's play the rumor game that everybody said. The rumor is the contract was like $4 million, $4.5 million. Okay, we could say it's disrespectful for Dalvin. Where I have an issue where, and not even so much an issue, but the fans that will come out and say, well, let's give Dalvin 6 or let's give Dalvin 7. I wouldn't do that. I think from an organizational standpoint, a business standpoint, right? I love what Miami is doing. I love what Chris Greer is doing. Until Dalvin Cook can come sit in the office with Chris Greer and say, hey, Chris Greer, look, I got this offer, and slide a piece of paper next to Chris Greer and say, look, I got an offer from the Jets at $6.5 million. Then Chris Greer can turn around and say, give me 5 minutes, give me 10 minutes. Let me talk to Coach McDaniel, see if we either want to match it or go above it. But why would Miami like, it just feels like for the people that are saying, give him what he wants. Why would we do that? Because we were bidding against ourselves, gentlemen.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
It's not good business. It's not good business.
At the end of the day, why would I want to pay Dalvin Cook $7 million if I know I can get Dalvin for 4.5? You see what I'm saying? Like, that's all I'm saying.
Lewis, not only that, we were talking about it before. Even if the Jets offer him $7 million, Miami can still get away with offering him 6 because there's no state taxes.
1,000%.
I thought
1,000%.
Lewis, didn't the Vikings have an offer of $7 million on the table that he walked away from, or?
Okay,
Yeah,
so
when
he was under contract, right? Minnesota, because I know that's what was brought up the other day about Boomer Esiason saying there's a contract for $7 million from Minnesota.
Okay.
But that was when he got cut. Before he got cut, they were like, "Listen, we're trying to restructure. We're going to offer you 7." Once Minnesota cut him, that $7 million, there is no offer for Minnesota.
All right,
it's over. You see what I'm saying? So again, it's Miami that only has the offer. So I get what people are saying. It's disrespectful to offer Dalvin $4 million. I'm not going to debate that. What I'm debating is we all want Dalvin. But if it's only going to cost us $4 million, why pay him 6? I'm not moving. I'm not budging, right, for a player that we all want, but I'm not going to outbid my own self for it. Listen, if you go to a dealership, right, and you see a car and you love it, it has rims and everything, but the dealership is asking $2,500, just because you like the rims on the car, you're not going to go in there and tell them, hey, I give you $3,500. You know what I'm saying? That's not what you do. And it's the same situation with Dalvin. Great
analogy.
Until Dalvin Cook comes up to Miami and says, hey, I got an offer from Denver or Dallas or the Jets. Until that happens, I love the move that Chris Greer is doing. Stay packed, because at the end of the day, I'll leave you gentlemen with this. It could be disrespectful all at once. Let's say the offer is $4 million. If you're Dalvin Cook and your only offer you have is from Miami at $4 million, are you willing? Because I know $4 million is better than 0. Because if you try to sit out, you don't have nothing. And if you come play for us, you got $4 million. Which one would you gentlemen take?
Yep.
$4 million all day.
Take the money, use it as a one-year deal to hopefully restart the market for next year.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
your analogy of everything is great, spot on, Lois. I mean, until they can prove they have a contract offer or anything, from other teams, which they're going to show because they want you to use it for leverage to get you to go higher if he really wants to play with us and stuff.
Who did he decline the visit to?
Well, those are speculations. We just know it's a team.
He confirmed it himself on Twitter. He just didn't say who it was. He said, I declined it, whatever. Right. But I'm just curious if anyone ever heard
putting it out there on Twitter doesn't make it true.
I mean, he's responding to fans a lot. He's been retweeting stuff in Dolphins gear. Like, he's somewhat like giddy, like immature-ish about it. Not immature, that terrible wordplay. He's like excited of the idea of it, but it has to make sense for him, and he has to stay. I mean, he's going to lose $30 million guaranteed in that Vikings deal. He wants at least, I was saying something earlier too about Saquon, and who knows about Alvin Kamara getting suspended. So like that was what I was saying with Cook. Those would be dark horse spots for me in case something were to happen. I could see him going to New Orleans on like a 1 year, him and Jamal Williams with Derek Carr.
Well, I mean, at that point, let him do it though. I mean,
oh yeah,
right.
I'm fine with it. I'm saying, like, if he's not coming here, like, and there's all speculation about an AFC East team getting him and going for him, that we might have some other plays besides Denver.
Oh, absolutely. I just think, for me, I just think that his representation, I think, is Zach Hiller is his agent. I think they've done a horrible job. They've let the cat out of the bag. I mean, if you look at his representation, Hiller or whatever, his agent, bro, he's been on multiple Dolphin platforms saying Miami is the only offer on the. Well, he's coming out and retracted saying he has multiple offers. But again, like, why? I believe that, because we all know if Miami has an offer for him, that means we're interested in him, right?
Hey, absolutely.
So I'm assuming that if there are multiple offers, I'm sure Miami probably knows that. It just seems funny to me why Miami, if we already have an offer on them, why wouldn't we try to match that offer? That's why I'm thinking there is no other offer. But I just think Dalvin Cook coming out on Rich Eisen's show and saying he loves the scheme fit in Miami. He loves the coaches. He loves the players. It's perfect for him. Right?
Yeah.
I think he's done himself an injustice, right? He's let the league know, bro, it's the worst kept secret in the NFL at this point. Dalvin Cook wants to be a Miami Dolphin. So they fumbled it. Let's just be honest. There's no one to blame for the situation that Dalvin Cook finds himself in besides Dalvin Cook. He did it to himself. And again, I agree with everybody's settlement. It's a disrespectful offer. Where I'm saying, again, I don't care. Bro, it's not disrespect for me if I have Dalvin Cook on Sunday. I'm not going to be thinking about the disrespect. I'm going to be thinking, damn, Chris Greer fleeced somebody else. And at the end of the day, I know it's sad to say it like that, but we're all fans of his team, and Chris Greer is doing the right thing.
Nah, see, Lewis, I don't agree with it. It's disrespectful. It's called negotiation.
1,000%.
NFL's a business.
Absolutely.
And wouldn't Cooks get like he wants to get paid like a featured back, but those are like the old days. Like he's got to split it with. I mean, you got to give some of the run plays to Mostert and Wilson and a chain. So you're not gonna get the carries. You're thinking in your head. It's gotta be like if this guy's running good, why not keep him running the ball? If you're running poorly, then McDaniel's got Mostert, you killing it, man. Keep going. It's a run by committee kind of thing, or. Because Cooks ain't gonna be the featured in Miami, man. I'm sorry to tell. If he's coming like thinking he's a featured back,
Well, everybody's talking about the slow playing Devin A-Chain, right? And I think that's what's kind of put a halt in the whole Dalvin Cook narrative. I think once they got this kid Devin A-Chain in the building and Coach McDaniel seen him, and again, it's without pads. I get it. But just breaking down A-Chain's film in the SEC, coming from the SEC, playing against a lot of guys that are in the league or going into the league, right? Like, and all reports is that
he gained like 15 pounds too.
Absolutely. Then the reports are they absolutely love this kid. And I don't know if you guys are reading some of the same reports I'm reading, but a lot of things that they're having Devin A-Chain do are the exact same things that Dalvin Cook does, right? Well, a lot of coming out of the backfield, a lot of screens, a lot of dump off. That's A-Chain. When you think about it, right? And this is where, when people are telling me that they're going to slow play A-Chain, see, this is where I don't agree. Because, depending, when you do this a lot, you get, for me, I'll just speak for me. I've got to talk to a lot of people. And whether I believe them that they say they have sources or whatever, it's just good to have those kind of contacts, right?
Lewis, I gotta agree with you on this because from the beginning, and these guys will tell you, I am on the A-Chain train. I said from the beginning, pretty much, he's going to be offensive rookie of the year.
He has a chance.
So you don't slow play a guy like that.
Well, the things that and again, from what I've heard, Raheem Mostert ain't doing some of the things they're going to be asking Dalvin Cook to do. Jeff Wilson Jr. ain't doing those things. They have what they want Dalvin Cook for is the same way they're trying to implement and put in for Devin A-Chain. And all I'm saying is yeah, we want Dalvin Cook, but I think again from the Miami perspective is we want you, but don't get it twisted. We got a young fella in here that can do the exact same things that you can do, and we got him under contract for the next 4 years on a rookie deal.
We got the leverage.
Why we have the leverage? Absolutely. Why am I going to go pay you $6-7 million when I got this rookie thoroughbred that's got clocked in at 26 miles an hour, and I got him for $2.5 million?
And
how would I do it?
With a lot less wear on his body.
With a lot less, again, another great point. So
it's true, yeah.
Again, fellas, I'm going to get out of here. Salute to everybody on the panel. I will
All right,
see
Lewis.
you gentlemen
Thank
next
you,
Wednesday.
Thank you very much, Lewis. Enjoy your night with the wife.
Yeah,
And
be safe.
Peace, love, and
Hey,
fins up,
Peace,
brother.
love, fins up, Lewis.
You already
Yeah,
know, man.
I'm
Y'all
jumping
have
off
a
too, guys. I got to be up at 5.
Have a
Okay.
John,
good
have
night.
a good night, brother. Peace, love,
night,
fins
fins
up,
up.
family.
Peace, love, fins up, brothers.
Peace, love, fins up.
Yes, sir. I don't think I've ever said that sentence in the same sentence. Enjoy my night with the wife. Not just. Oh man, but
Man, all I'm gonna say about the running backs. Wait, Lewis is gone. We got winners. Shake money.
Yes,
Oh,
yes, sir.
I say speed kills. So release the speed.
Release the hounds.
Yes.
Right?
Well, that I got my new philosophy. Join the A-Chain train.
My apologies.
I like that.
I'll say this to you guys. I'll say this to you guys. I like A-Chain very much. I like your prediction, Paul. I love all of what everybody is saying. Everything that everybody said tonight, I agree probably 100% tonight. And I usually don't do that. All of it makes sense. Thing about it is we have to see what the front office is going to do. We got to see what McDaniel is going to do. We got to see who's going to be here, who's going to get cut. You never know. We might be seeing some deals being made during the
all the time,
too.
it's just a wait and see game. We
Right.
can have all our predictions we want. It's going to be a wait and see game.
Absolutely.
But now that I said that earlier, I'm going to talk to Tony tomorrow, and I'm going to have an A-Chain train shirt made up.
That's cool. I like it. I love it. Shoot, A-Chain train.
Yep.
All right. Here's trivia.
Caboose.
You remember the last running back that we had named after a train?
Was
Ajayi?
that Zonka or?
Yeah.
You mean like a real train?
Ajayi.
No,
Okay,
Ajayi, the J train.
Yeah.
The J-Train. And then he came to Philadelphia and helped them win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and now he's a professional video game player.
Yeah, he's a professional video game player.
Yeah.
Damn.
That guy was a character.
Who we play first, man, in the preseason, man? What's our first preseason game against?
Atlanta Falcons.
Jaguars, Atlanta? Okay.
Falcons?
Atlanta Falcons. It's a home game. It's the only home preseason game we have. Shut up!
Wow.
Maybe he doesn't like the A-Chain trick.
Wait, is he still saying?
I do the same with my dogs. Shut the hell up,
No, he knows. We got some flies in the house. He's going after flies, but he also knows where the treats are, and he wants a treat. He says it's bedtime.
Yeah, I got to wrap too. I got like 10 minutes, and I got a hearing tomorrow.
So
We'll call it then.
We'll call it. Any last words? We'll start off at the bottom with Shake. You got any last words, brother?
Nothing. Just as always, it's good to finally to do a open panel, and not had everybody yelling at each other. I appreciate the conversation, man. Much appreciated.
We appreciate you just supporting us, and we do our best to support you as well. I appreciate your show. I haven't made it lately. It's been hectic for me.
By the way, how is Paris doing?
Doing a lot better today. Yeah.
I like this Winters. On the Fins tailgate, he's a different Winters. This Winters is a little calmer.
I told you, I can kind of be me on your show. Like I agree with Paul already. Like this would be a calm, cool collective. Everybody can talk. Everybody can it's a chill. Your show,
sure.
I could go crazy. I could go insane on your show. I like your show. That's why.
Well, even I get a little bit more talkative on his show and get out there boisterous. I mean, if I have an opinion and I got things to back my opinion, I'm sticking with it, and no one's going to change my mind on it.
Right.
Love it.
You know, his show can be a little crazy, but it's fun at the same time.
But you know what's funny is I wear a different hat because when I'm on the Fins tailgate, I'm more of I'm like a line judge. I call it down the middle. I don't take sides, whatever. Now, if I'm on my Finsaholic channel and I'm a panelist there, I'm a totally different person because, just like what Winter said, I could go crazy because once I have the host hat on, I think I have to, just like you have to be calm. You have to, you know.
You gotta facilitate.
Yes, yeah. We're all like that, I think, really.
Yeah.
You know, Pedro, not so much. Pedro's yakety yak 24/7.
Oh, that's me too.
But Pedro's the man. We love Pedro.
Well, me
he's Cuban,
today on
so
the
I know
show?
that.
Shoot.
He's Cuban. I understand.
Fun.
We're both Cuban. We're Cuban, so I know that.
Well,
Better than
Pedro, we
anybody.
love Pedro. We love Pedro's son.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cruz.
Yep.
Belated, buddy.
Cruz is the bomb.
Yeah, appreciate the platform, appreciate, coming on and being able to talk Fins football with y'all. Yeah, man. And everybody doesn't yell over each other, man, which is great, right?
Yeah.
Well, we had to train you a little bit there, Pedro, but we got you trained for now.
Oh, it's not about training or nothing like that. It's just, everybody already gets used to the show now and everybody's got their little ways of
yes, everybody does, but we had to train you a little bit.
Never.
Oh yeah. Oh shoot, like I said, I appreciate the platform, man. Yeah.
You are. We appreciate y'all. Tom?
No, I just want to say thank you. Much calmer for me today. Water all day. It was a rough one, so I apologize for any idiotic.
Oh man, stop it. Enjoy yourself, man.
Hell yeah, for sure.
You deserve it, Tom. You deserve it. I appreciate all you do, all you've been doing for us and everything with the Helping Hands Incorporated. Pedro,
Any way I can, brother.
We want some trivia next week, Pedro.
Oh, I love the trivia.
Yeah, you got it. Cool.
That's what's up.
Oh yeah, Fins news, trivia, yeah, all that good stuff. Yep.
Any last words, winners?
I mean, I'm happy to have everybody that we had on the panel tonight. Thank you guys for coming onto the panel tonight and joining all of us. Shake, I appreciate you. Appreciate the love and definitely love for Fins tailgate. I'll be seeing you guys definitely Friday or so. If you're doing something Friday night, I'll be around.
Yeah, of course.
For everybody that tuned in, thank you very much. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for supporting Papa Paul with West Coast Florida DolFan Talk and the Helping Hands group and all the different groups all across the globe. Keep praying for Paris. Keep praying for Dawn, Erica, the mayor, to everybody that I have not mentioned. Keep on praying and keep supporting because we are family.
Absolutely.
Be safe. Fins up.
Well,
Peace, love, and fins up, baby.
Fins up.
Thanks everybody for having me.
my dog, actually, my pup does know fins up. He does. I can put my hand up and tell him fins up, and he jumps up at it.
Right. All last words.
I just want to say thank you to everybody for everything. It means a lot just being able to do what I'm loving, it's gotten me up out of my chair, sitting there all day. I love and appreciate everybody. And I just want to thank you and everybody. I just appreciate all y'all doing. Peace, love, fins up. Don't forget our show Monday night at 8 p.m. with the one and only OJ McDuffie. And we look forward to seeing y'all Monday night. Thank you and have a good night. God bless you.